So thank you for watching Culture Fix today. I am joined by one of my favorite Ukrainian artists, the brilliant KHAYAT. KHAYAT has given us really powerful tracks such as Call for Love, Honor, and his latest Vidbir entry, Hertsy. KHAYAT joins me today to chat about Vidbir and the new track. So thank you for joining me. And I need to apologize if my pronunciation is not great.
Yeah. Hello, friends. I'm glad to be part of this discussion. And, it is really important to get in touch with Eurofans because I truly believe that Eurofans are the core of Eurovision, and they are the main people who actually make this music festival a big thing.
Absolutely, it's true, and I think there's such a passion in the Eurovision fandom for your music as well, and Eurovision in general. So I think fans will really love Hertsy, and obviously this won the Wildcard vote, so fans do love the song. How did that feel?
Well, the experience of being a wild card is really stressful. I won't hide it because you don't know for sure if you're gonna be in, and you have much more less time than the other contestants. It actually shows how important it is for people for you to be there and how much your song is loved, because that's actually the main thing for me. That's what I'm seeking in being a part of national selection nowadays. It's important for me to be on the same tune with the people because I'm the one who is planning to represent them. So, it's kind of it's an honor for me. And of course, I want to represent people with the song they actually love. So, yeah, I'm glad that I had this experience.
Yeah, so am I. So am I. What was the experience of writing the song like? Was it quite a powerful or quite difficult song to write?
With my music, there is a unique feature that um, you can always figure out it's me. It's like
Yeah.
I don't I don't have to do anything extra for that. But with all of my four entries, known entries, this entry is, I guess, is the most mature one. It's the most adult one, the most sensible one. And in this song, there is a phrase, um, "How much more?" And this phrase actually illustrates the condition and the situation Ukrainians are living in now. And I don't want to um, push this topic a lot, but I can't also omit it because I believe that music is the mirror of the time and the mirror of the reality where live we currently are living in. So and of course, this song is reflecting it. It is very intimate. It's the kind of a song that doesn't make you, go and dance wildly, but it makes you think about important stuff, and that's why I just hope that people here and in great perspective, then Eurofans, the big Eurovision, will take this song seriously, not just something to cry about.
And you mentioned you feel it's your most mature song. How do you then translate that onto stage? Have you kind of got a vision in your head for how you want the performance to look?
Yeah, actually, I've always got a vision. Like at the very first um, session at the studio, I already have the vision how it's gonna look. So this time, of course, it's gonna be more dramatic. It's gonna be more eye contact. It's gonna be, like I said, more intimate. Because my previous entry with Honor was sort of about power, about and actually I call my last entry kind of posh. It was kind of a posh entry, like uh, but not this one. This one has to be more theatrical, I guess.
I'm excited to see how it's going to translate onto stage. Um, you mentioned obviously you have a vision in your head when you're recording the song. What comes first when you're recording? Is it the lyrics or the melody, or what is it that comes to you?
Usually it's the lyrics. It begins with the lyrics, and then I try to add emotion to it and my personal experience, and then the music comes because I really do stress a lot on the sense of music and on the sense of the lyrics. I'm that kind of person, who um, sort of like I don't know, like
Sort
I
of
just don't know, I just
overanalyze.
yeah, I just pay a lot of attention to lyrics.
Yeah. I think that's it's important though, and I think when artists say that they're perfectionists, I think that's a good thing because you want to be really happy with the song before you share it with the world. Because imagine being a year later and thinking, oh, I should have changed that, or I shouldn't have used that line, or so you
You
want to
know,
be happy with it.
what's funny? I'm never happy with the song. I'm never happy with the result. I always want to do something, edit something. But when it comes to the point where I just can't hear it, when my ears are just so irritated from listening to my song that I can't do anything about it, I guess that's the point where I have to stop so I don't make it worse.
And how open are you to feedback? Do you have friends and maybe family that you share the song with and get their opinions, or do you prefer to just block it out?
Yeah, my family is actually very honest with me about my art, about my music, and they always tell me, this is not your best. And there are songs which will never see the daylight because they, they were just not rated as the good ones by my family. Yeah.
That's funny. Um, when listeners hear Hertsy, what do you want them to feel? What do you want the listener to feel?
I guess the main point with Hertsy for me is for the listener to hear not only the music, but to see the personal story, his personal story in the song, because it's not. It, I said that it's a intimate song, but it also unites a lot of people and a lot of Ukrainians, and I guess for me as Ukrainian today, the most important thing is um, to unite as many lives and as many souls in this song because I'm the one to represent them. And honestly, it's so hard to explain the drama um, of our reality, which was put into this song. That, of course, for some people who are out of the context, it's it's just a sad song. It's just some dramatic song, but the amount of times I couldn't finish singing it on the studio, recording it, and we had to stop because I was simply crying, and I was trying to balance you know, between being too emotional and make it decent to listen. um, so yeah, it is very personal for me, and it is extremely important for me to be a representative this year because I just came because the song came to me, and it's not about my egocentrical artistic ambition. It's really about representing the people who are going through a nightmare every single day of their lives right now.
And what would you say to international viewers? What's the best way for them to support Ukrainians and make a difference?
You know, it is, I guess, the most essential point to answer this question is just care. Just don't don't act as if this is somewhere elsewhere
Mhm.
because I know that we get a lot of help and we're really thankful for that. We get a lot of support, but at the same time, you get these reactions, when even from the people who are not like into media, who are not talking through mass media. The people are tired of us, and this is painful because I'm sorry, but we're so fucking tired also of all this. We are so tired, we're exhausted, but we don't have the choice. It's like this is where we are. We don't have the choice, and we are very glad for everything that the world community is doing for us. It's just at some point it just seems like it will never end.
No, I know in the UK there's a lot of love for the Ukrainian people, and you know can't even imagine the suffering and the challenges that you're going through. So, send our love on behalf of kind of UK viewers, because I know obviously, yeah, it's tragic. It's really sad to see this happening in Europe and to to the Ukrainian people.
You know that I'm glad that we're having this talk right now and that you're exactly from the UK because my stepdad is British.
Nice.
Um, but not really. Okay, he's half Lebanese and British. Yeah. So like I got you can understand that I've got double drama in my family. And yeah. And currently my family is my parents, my mom and my stepdad, they are in the UK because they can't work here because of the situation. They lost their business, they lost all their income, and they have to work there, and family separated big time. Um, so yeah, it's a hard time, but I'm so glad that we can use music as an instrument for saying things which you can't say out loud by words.
Yeah.
And it's so great that Eurovision is open to host different topics, different music, and for me, as for all artists who works in alternative music mainly, it is also important that Eurovision really transformed, and now it's open for everyone. We can see this by the results of previous years that different music can take high positions, and this is amazing.
I would love to cast our mind back to an earlier time and just have you reflect quickly on your previous Vidbir entries. So starting with Ever in 2019,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
what are your memories of that?
It was so naive. It was so green, I would call it. Yeah, it was so mm, unexperienced, but also, I have nothing um, to be ashamed of that period because I knew nothing about show business and knew nothing about big stage. The previous place I've been performing at before national entry was my university stage, so it was a big thing for me, and it also was a great push for my career at that time. Yeah, and if to compare my first entry and my last entry, like this entry, Hertsy, um, as I said before, that one was probably more about myself, about my career, about my prosperity as a public person, and which is totally different from what's happening right now, where I just know for sure why am I going on this stage, what am I going to say, and whom I want to represent, who are the people who I'm representing.
My favorite, Call for Love. What are your memories of Call for Love?
Um, my memories of Call for Love were very blurred. I honestly don't remember a lot from that period because it was so quick. The preparation, the actual existence, the creation of the song. It was, like in the moment, not completely thought through, as I do with my music right now. But also great experience, and I was so close. I was so close to going.
It's
Yeah,
frustrating. It's
but
frustrating,
still,
but
no regrets.
yeah. More recently, Honor Do you have fond memories of that song?
Mm, yeah, that song was my kind of like it was my step after this big pause in 5 years after the previous entry, and I would say there was a lot of sense to it. Of course, less than now, but I was already knowing um, the the message which I wanna pass, and I was, I just feel like it. I was thinking more about how are people gonna welcome me after this pause, because the previous time I said I'm never gonna come back for national selection, but I just had something to say. I had this song which is you know absolutely opened a new page for me as musician. I came out of my um, comfort zone, and it's a song that actually, it's also important that after the Eurovision or after the national selection, the song keeps living on, that people are keep singing it, people keep making videos with it. And even though I didn't win the national selection, but I'm still happy that the song came because it brought me a huge amount of people into my life, a lot of opportunities, and the amount of support that we see now during the and that we saw during the vote for Wildcard, the amount of people that voted for me, they also came because of Honor, because that was their uh, the first song they heard from me, and the first time they met KHAYAT.
Mhm.
A lot of people, it's important also for people mm, to see the progress in the artist. That I don't do casual music all the time. I don't stay in my comfort zone, that I experiment, I make uh, sometimes weird, sometimes really um, surprising choices, like with this song Hertsy right now. Also, that it's an absolutely new page for me, that I'm bringing in accordion back into my life. Because when I was a kid, I was playing accordion like for 10 years, and that was my plan, to become a huge orchestra player, but it didn't work out. And now I'm just bringing it back because, for Ukrainian culture, accordion is something very, mm, very down to earth, which I don't really like because there is more sense into it. And for the world, it's usually something, associated with Argentina, with tango, and this is also not the vibe I want to stress. And I just want to make accordion sound uh, more, more thoughtful, put more style into it.
Mhm. And are you playing the accordion on the track?
Yeah, on the track you can hear it. I mean, it's not the leading instrument, but you can actually hear it, and it's gonna be present in my future music also.
Nice. Um, I need to ask, what was the point where you found your voice? When did you realize that, okay, music is my passion, I've got something distinctive? And when did you realize that? Were you younger or was it more recently?
Actually, I inherited my voice from my grandma, and she's been actually studying the ethnical music, folklore. She's been actually mm, grouping with other women in her village, and they were like singing songs together at the fireplace, and this was uh, part of my childhood, which really made me love this sort of music, and actually uh, understand the uniqueness of it. So I, I've I started singing pretty late, when I was like 15, and my first experience of singing was in the United States, in the choir. And I was really standing out there because this manner of singing is not something you want to hear in pop music, or it's not common. But that's what I understood, that I'm not only a good musician, I'm not only a composer, I'm not only a person who writes nice lyrics. I can actually transform this into something more.
It's it's funny because you mentioned that your sound is so distinctive, and it's a Kayat song. It immediately just something hits you as soon as you hit play on that track. It hits you, and that's a really powerful thing to have. Such a distinctive sound.
Yeah, because in here with even like we don't want to let me formulate the phrase. The usual pop culture here mm, has this feature that we always tried to copy someone. Our artists always tried, to take some skills from foreign pop stars, from foreign musicians, and this sort of work, it doesn't make you prosper. It doesn't make you find your uh, inner core, find your uniqueness, and that's what I was not doing. That's uh, when I was trying to go and work on my vocals with the coach. Most of the coaches said that this is not right. The way I'm singing is not right. That it's not really pleasant to hear. And I just left them because I understood that I can't do nothing. I can't do anything about this. This is what my voice is, and that's how it's going to be for the rest of my life. So I just have to work with what I have.
Well, I don't want to take up too much of your time, but I would love to finish with one question. Looking at Ukraine in Eurovision, what are the artists, or who are the artists that really stand out for you and have a special place in your heart from Ukraine in Eurovision?
Of course, Jamala. Of course, Go Away. I actually love their performance because they it's so interesting that their performance at the Eurovision made people here uh, look up more into folklore, into this kind of music, and I'm really glad about that because unfortunately, sometimes we need to have a kick in order to figure something out. So yeah, and I would say Cipherblatt from the last year. They showed something Ukraine never showed before.
Yeah, this is a lovely song. Well, Kaya, thank you so much. It's been lovely to talk to you, and I have been a fan for a while. So to get the chance to sit down and speak to you about your music has been a real pleasure for me. And sending as much love to Ukraine, and good luck at Vidbir. Fingers crossed for you.
Thank you so much, man. And I'm sorry, maybe I was flabbergasted sometimes because I just sometimes I just try to put a lot of sense into my words, but it's not always necessary. And it's just important for me, to use. I use this experience of Eurovision not only as mm, you know musical expression. I do realize that talking to people like that and expressing and saying things in words is also very important for them to understand what's happening when you come on the stage and try to say something from there.
And I think to have the opportunity to talk about the values at the heart of Eurovision, it's always a good thing. So yeah, very nice to talk to you. So thank you so much, and good
Yeah.
luck.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Yeah.
See you
Bye
later.
bye.